Clarence Thomas is an example of a controversial beneficiary of affirmative action. He was nominated by President George H.W. Bush in 1991 to the Supreme Court. Many believe that his nomination was due to the fact that he was an African American. Supporters of the nomination argued that Thomas was qualified for the post. He had achieved a successful career in law, culminating in a nomination to the U.S. Court of Appeals. However, opponents of Thomas argued that affirmative action benefited him in his career. This opinion was amplified during the confirmation hearings, when allegations of sexual harassment tarnished his reputation. Despite these concerns, Thomas was still confirmed to the Supreme Court in October 1991. Affirmative action has since been a hotly debated topic in the United States. People are divided on how it affects individuals differently. For those who argue that it benefits people of color, Thomas's success is evidence of this. However, for those that argue that affirmative action only hinders success, the Thomas case is seen as proof of the opposite. His time on the Supreme Court is seen by those on both sides as a victory for or against affirmative action. During his time on the bench, Thomas has generally voted in favor of conservative decisions. This has led many to conclude that his views on how affirmative action affects individuals has changed. Many have argued that he holds positions that are now against the spirit of affirmative action. This has led to some re-evaluating if Thomas should have received the nomination in the first place. Regardless of his current position on affirmative action, Thomas has achieved great success due to it. He has become an example for those on both sides of the debate. Those who feel that affirmative action has helped them in their life have looked to Thomas as evidence of this. On the other side, people have argued that even with affirmative action, Thomas was still able to ascend the ladder of accomplishment. Whichever side of the debate one may be on, one cannot deny the benefit of affirmative action to Thomas's career. Despite the controversy, his nomination to the Supreme Court was a milestone in the history of the U.S. judiciary. It demonstrated that regardless of race, individuals are still able to ascend to the highest positions in government. This is something that should not be overlooked when considering the role of affirmative action.